Renegades of Long Beach Roller Derby, and you're watching MoonKILL Radio. Woo!
Welcome to another edition of What's on the Slab. This is MoonKILL Radio, giving you some insight on some older records and what we're playing here in the house on a day-to-day basis, or what we're really into, or albums that has influenced us, been big for us over the years. Again, MoonKILL Radio. You can check us out on Instagram and Facebook. Check out our Patreon page. Subscribe to that. You can become a patron if you like. And then again, please check out our bands that we have on our page, and check out our videos and dig the bands. Cool. Let them know. Be a fan. Buy their music, buy their merch. We're just trying to help get them out, man. That's what we're trying to do, man. And as well as our guests that we have, HHC, helping homeless companions, Scott Montoya, who does studios for schools, and other artists, like our buddy Dino, and other people we have coming in. Check them out, man. You never know. You might see a great artist on here and go check out his stuff and say, wow, I want that in my house, Maybe he'll come paint it in your house. Who knows? You never know. You never know till you know. And you're not going to know until you check it out, right? So for this edition, What's on the Slab, we have a great one, man. It's good. One of the best soundtracks of all time, right? And I still play it to death, man. I'm sorry, man. This is a great one. This is I don't know what's really bad on here at all. But it is one of the best selling albums of all time and one of the best soundtracks of all time. Yes, that's right. Purple Rain by Prince and the Revolution. And yes, it's basically just a Prince record. Because there's nobody else on here but Prince and the Revolution. You did have The Time, which performed in the movie, and Jesse Johnson. But the soundtrack itself is this right here, the Purple Man himself, R.I.P. But this was what is this, 83? 84, something. This came out and rivaled Thriller, which, like, if they said, oh man, you rival Thriller, that's wow. Dude, you're set for life as long as you don't screw it up. And then who doesn't love Apollonia back there, man? Was she freaking hot, dude? We started off, the record. Let's see, so we even have the, oh yeah, we still have it in there. Check it out. So there's your lyric sheet, which you could barely see and read, right? And then, of course, the iconic kabuki Prince, kabuki-looking, artwork and shit that he had back then in the movie. This one, Let's Go Crazy. Of course, who doesn't know Let's Go Crazy, right? It's a great song. I mean, all these are great. I don't know what's on here that's not good. Jesus, Yeah, there's nothing on. This is a perfect album, pretty much. Let's Go Crazy. Take Me With You. That's one of my favorite songs on here. Take Me With You is a great song. I believe. Oh man, that is such a good song. And then The Beautiful Ones, the slower one, more emotional. Computer Blue. I always love Computer Blue. Like, that is just a great dance track. Oh man. Then Darling Nikki. Who don't like Darling Nikki? Come on, man. That was probably one of the, as far as I remember, one of the first songs that started the whole PMRC crap. And Tipper Gore kids were playing Darling Nikki, and then, because it was a hit record, and then she goes and looks at the lyrics, and it's like, oh, wow, hold on. And that's just the first side. That's the first side, right? That Darling Nikki caps off the first side. That alone is perfection. And then When Doves Cry, of course, that was the video for it. The video for, I think, what? Let's Go Crazy as well. And then I Would Die For You. So When Doves Cry starts the second set off with I Would Die For You. And then Baby I'm a Star, which is one of the best ending live tracks ever, man. Ever. Like I Would Die For You and Baby I'm a Star, you cannot separate those two. You shouldn't. You should not. But that, it's like the soft cell with Entertain Me and Chips on My Shoulder, man. Those two just go together. You should never separate them. And then, of course, we end the record with Purple Rain. Ridiculous record. Perfect album. Nothing wrong on here. Nothing bad on here. There's one video I saw where it shows they played these tracks before the movie and the album came out, or when they were testing them out, which, again, bands used to do. They used to give themselves different names and go play songs under a different name and test songs out in the clubs. But actually, part of these recordings, these actual recordings that you hear on here, are from some of those live sessions. Apparently, they loved them, or Prince loved them so much. And there's a video that shows, I think it's Purple Rain, him doing Purple Rain, and the audio from that actual footage, that show, is what's on here, which is pretty trippy. So it wasn't the studio recording. You're hearing part of it or all of it. I don't know I forgot how much, but it says in the video, look it up, Purple Rain, I don't know, live show or whatever it says. But part of this, you go back and listen to this, and there's some points where you can kind of hear the difference, if you can tell the difference between the studio, the live, whatever. But a lot of that song was off of that recording from that show, and that's what was used here, which is awesome. I didn't see that till recently, maybe like a couple years ago. Again, listening to the record for so many years and being such a fan, and then seeing that was awesome. Like, wow, that was actually just done live. I think part of the solo itself that he does live, or the solo that's in there, is from that session, which was not written down. It was just him just jamming. He just kept it. That's some producer arrangement genius shit right there. You know what I mean? But yeah, again, for what's on the slab, Purple Rain. If you're not into Prince, there's nothing real too funky on here, like some of his older stuff, like DMSR or DM, Dance Music Sex, DMSR, or like Let's Work, or any of those like real hardcore funk songs. There's really none of those on here, man. This is when he kind of went. This was like he basically took all the good alternative pop songs out of 1999 record, to me, and made a perfect album out of them. That kind of sound, you know what I mean? Where you still have some danceable tracks, but they were dancey for that era, for that time. I mean, they're still dancing now, don't get me wrong. But not like a hardcore funk, disco funk track, you know what I mean? Like some of those older records, Soft and Wet, Head, and all that good stuff. But yeah, if you never really listen to the you don't even have to watch the movie, man. Do it on your own thing. Cool. It's always cool. Who doesn't love watching Morris Day? Who doesn't love Morris Day? So again, Purple Rain, that's what's on the slab for now. We'll get back with another one. moonkillradio@gmail.com. Leave your likes, your comments, subscribe, do all that kind of ish right there, and we'll be back with another one. All right.